Hey guys, what's up? Cardfight here, and today I'm here with a Salvation Lion Grand Ezel Scissors deck profile. You guys have asked for this, so here it is. So, for starting Vanguard, we run the new Ezel support. This card is pretty good. When this card boosts a Ezel unit and it hits, you can put this card into Soul, and you can superior call 2 units from the top of your deck in rest position. So it's pretty good because first, it doesn't require any counterblast, and you get to call 2 units instead of the usual one that you get with Spring Breeze. But of course, you don't get to choose; you just have to call the top 2. But it's still pretty good because you'll get some free units for your next turn to use when you ride into your Ezel, which shouldn't be a problem since the only grade 3s in this deck that I do run are Ezels. So yeah. Next, we run for Salvation Lion Grand Ezel Scissors. Scale is Counterblast 2, Soul Blast 2, Counterblast 2, Soul Blast 2, and then you can unlock all your units. And then after that, this card gets plus 10. If you have 5 Gold Paladin units, this card gets plus 10k and 1 critical. And then at the end of the turn, you can Soul Charge 1 and unflip 1 damage. And then this card gets plus 1k for every Gold Paladin unit on your field. So it's kind of like the old Ezel. Blonde Ezel, I mean. So this card is obviously a hard counter against Link Joker. There's not really much else to say about it. But in my opinion, if you're not playing against Link Joker, this deck it's alright. It's not super awesome, amazing, OP, but it's still a pretty decent deck. Next, we run Platinum Ezel, the card that is usually used for final turn. It's Ultimate Break, Limit Break 5, Counterblast 3, and then choose up to 5 of your Gold Paladin units, and they get plus 5k. And then if Blonde Ezel in Soul, he gets plus 2k, but I don't run Blonde Ezel in this deck, so there's that. Next, we run 3 of the new Ezel support. When an Ezel unit is, when you ride a Ezel unit, you can Counterblast 1 to superior call the top card of your deck. Mainly, you want to call this turn 2 so that you can divert some guard. And besides that, yeah, you get a free superior call if they don't divert. If you don't divert, if it doesn't divert any guard, divert any attack. Sorry, I'm so tired. So next, we run 3 damage and flippers on hit damage and flippers. This is mainly just to put a little bit of pressure on your opponent. Early game, late game, we probably won't hit unless you ultimate break with Platinum Ezel, and then your opponent will no guard this or something. And then yeah. Next we run for 12k attackers. And finally we run 2 10k vanillas. So that's the grade 2 lineup. I kinda like this grade 2 lineup. The damage and flipper is a really nice addition because this deck is pretty counterblast heavy, so yeah. Next, we run 4 of the new Ezel support. He's a self-damager, so you can Counterblast 1, and then you can damage yourself by putting the top part of your deck to the damage zone, and then you can Soul Charge 1. Only if you have a Ezel Vanguard, I believe. Yeah, if you have Ezel Vanguard, you can use this skill. Yeah, it's really nice because he's a 7k, and usually Link Joker players you play against won't let you. Will try to keep you at 3 damage so that they can activate the triangle lock, and then just plus off there. But he's here so that you can make your opponent double think about what they want to do, because if they purposely don't attack you, just so that it keeps you at 3 damage, then and then you activate this, then your opponent will be pretty salty. So yeah. Next, we run 4 10k attackers. Just cause, yeah, because 10k attackers are nice. Originally, I was running only two 10k attackers and then 4 Gyarados. But in my opinion, Gyarados doesn't really serve too big of a purpose in this deck, except helping your Salvation line hit 23, which is nice, but you don't need to have too many of him, so I prefer to have extra attackers in case your opponent tries to kill them off, especially if you're playing against Narukami. And then for Perfect Guards, we run 1 Quintet Wall. Did I say Perfect? I mean Sentinels. 1 Quintet Wall and 3 Perfect Guards. Mainly because this deck is pretty kind of boss heavy, so you don't really want to run too many. But taking in 1 is fine. You can also run 2/2, but I don't really like Quintet Walls that much, so I will keep only 1 in the deck. For trigger lineup, we run 4 crit, 4 more crit, 4 draws, and 4 heal. Mainly you want to run this crit because you can put it in soul so that you can activate. It can help you activate Salvation Line's Liver Break. If you don't have enough soul, of course. But that's pretty much it for this deck. There's not much to say about it. It's a pretty self-explanatory deck. You may just want to pressure your opponent with big numbers. That's pretty much the main focus of this deck is to either kill your opponent with really big numbers or kill them with really big numbers, I guess. Be it Vanguard or Rearguard, of course. But yeah, this deck does have some pluses that you can get off this guy and the starting Vanguard. But besides that, you won't get any other pluses. So you gotta be careful of how you want to use these guys. If you are planning to rush your opponent, then it'd be nice to of course, get some of these on the field, and then bam, and then when you ride, you can Counter Blast 2 and then Superior Call 2, but that might not end up too well for you because you might call some triggers, or you might just call in some grade 3s and stuff, but a plus is a plus, I guess. It's something you must be prepared if you're playing Gold Paladin. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this deck profile. Not much else to say about it. A lot of people are probably going to ask me why I don't run Blonde Ezel, and that's probably because I don't really like Blonde Ezel in this deck. I tried it. I tried taking in 1, and I tried taking in 2, and I tried running the Crimson Mine Club, whatever, Criff, I think his name is. But I just like this card a lot more because it actually gives you a plus instead of, well, I guess, yeah. I know why the people like to run that starter, though. It's because it gives you a lot of soul to use for Salvation Line. But in my opinion, if you use your brain, I guess, it's not hard to get that soul to use for Ezel's effect. Since if you have a grade, let's do, wait, you write that, write a grade 2, and do that. You already have enough soul to use for 2 ultimate breaks, limit breaks, I mean, since you activate it once, and in turn you you soul charge 1, sorry, and then you have 2 more to use for next turn, and then if you want to, you have the self damager and you have this guy, which will also help you get soul. I guess running the Superior Ride engine does give you more leeway, but in my opinion, if you're playing against Link Joker and you ride Blonde Ezel, they're going to triangle lock you, and then by the time you ride, by the time you get your, whatchamacallit, it might be too late. Of course, if you ride and then they're not in limit break yet, you can still do that. But I don't know. I just like riding Salvation Line first because it makes your opponent change the strategy of how they want to use their Link Joker deck against you. And I say Link Joker because this is the main deck to counter Link Joker. So yeah. Anyway, this is Karotaku, and I will see you guys later. Bye.